Welcome back, one and all. Here we are in the Lost Woods. There's a chicken crowing. Anyways, let's head to the left here, and here we have this freaky guy. Remember him? He was from Kakariko Village. Let's talk to him instead of dancing around him. Yeah, he's sleeping. Let's use this little chicken friend, and oh god, he's like a crack addict or something. Look at him. He's just like twitching there. It's all pale and scrawny and twitching. Yeah, he's definitely on something. Nice guy like you, eh? So the blue chicken gorilla wakes this creepy guy up, and he says that we're apparently a nice guy. Yeah, stuff, eh? Delivering crack to the old potion lady. So that's why it makes Link feel all good. Alright, well let's deliver the odd mushroom. Okay. So maybe the guy's on shrooms. Whatever, he's still twitching, it's kind of weird. Oh, god, we got a time limit. So we have 3 minutes to get our asses back to Kakariko Village. You can do this two ways. You can do this the direct route by running directly to Kakariko Village, or you can take the oh, what is it? The stone arch that takes you back to Goron Village. Or you can take the dive underwater thing and head back to Zora Domain and then down the waterfall. But I think this is probably just the easiest way to go, is just back by the regular foot. When I first played this game, man, I tell you, it was just, I was amazed at how big the areas were. Like this, I think this was actually the first 3D game I ever played, or it might have been GoldenEye. I don't remember, but I was just so amazed by how big this world was. I couldn't believe it. Another game that amazed me. Oh god, it's a ghost. Another game that amazed me is just how big the world was and how much there was to explore and how many people there would talk to, was Quest 64. I was kind of surprised that Quest 64 didn't receive very much praise. It was a great game. It was a mediocre RPG. Like it was just a plain old RPG, very simple battle system, nothing fancy, and story wasn't anything great, but just the world and all the people you can talk to was just amazing. All the towns and villages you can see, and just the areas to explore. And this game too, it gave me this thrill. I spent probably 2 years just exploring everything. So if we come back to the back of the potion shop, we have a second potion shop right back here. Go in the door. See, 3 minutes is long enough to take it. We'll talk to the old hag here. Yes, I do. I have this shroom for you. Yeah. Guess you kind of got a little lost. Sure. Stroking her kitty. This old lady, the chicken lady, the guy lost in the forest there, and the leader of the carpenters, I believe, are all the same family. Awesome. So we traded the odd mushroom for some odd potion. That is true, especially a fool in love. Let's get out of here. So this thing's not going to die out at any time, but we have to... Actually, I can get back this way. But yeah, just the amazingness of how big this world is. Just after coming off like something like Link to the Past, like don't get me wrong, Link to the Past is a good game, but it's just the world in that game versus the world in this game is just wow. I couldn't believe it. I was just so amazed to be like, to have like, I can't remember if GoldenEye or this was my first 3D game, but I think this was my first 3D game, and just I was amazed by it. But in reality, this isn't actually a 3D game. In fact, no game is actually 3D. Well, nowadays they are 3D, but these games just use what's known as a Z axis. And basically what a Z-axis does is it determines scaling. So basically what that means is, see this tree here? This tree could be like 100 units tall by 50 units wide. Now, if it's, say it's 200 units away, that means, say it's cut in half, so it's 50 units tall and 25 units wide, so it shrinks it a bit because it's further away. Now say Link gets like 100 units away from it to the Z-axis, then it multiplies it by 100. And as you get closer, it just kind of like, the closer it gets to the screen, it scales larger and larger till it's at its full size. So it's not actually 3D, it just gives the illusion of 3D by using a Z buffer or a Z axis to determine the scaling of the size. So you can get like that's a lot how Star Fox worked too, I believe. Star Fox just used a Z buffer to basically determine, well, this far away, the object's this big, and that's basically all it does. So every object has a set 2D dimensions of length and height, but then the Z buffer determines how big that is. Like, you multiply those width and height multiplied by the Z buffer, and that will determine the size of the object. So anyways, if we come here, there's a creepy little girl standing here. How's it going, creepy little girl? Yeah. Oh, stealthful. Okay. What do you have to say about this? Same thing. Alright, there you go. So basically, and we got a poacher's saw. Basically, the legend is that any adult that comes into any adult that comes into the Lost Worlds turns into Stealthful, which is like a giant skull soldier. And then any Kokiri that is lost, any Kokiri without a fairy that is lost in here becomes a Skull Kid. So these Skull Kids are now hostile towards you. Yeah, they don't like grown-ups. Oh god, I really gotta remember to turn off that goddamn Z targeting. Okay, that was kind of weird. Anyways, let's head on through here. And this way. And oh! This seems awfully familiar. Yeah, you like it? Mine's better, though. Alright, well, what if we play Saria's song? Now, you're gonna have to remember your way around the Lost Woods because, unfortunately, Saria's song as an adult won't guide you because it plays all the time. I do, I know her quite well. Probably better than you do. Alright, well. That's because I am Link. I like how Link has like his hand on his hip, like I don't really care what you have to say. No, I think it's... No, I think I might have passed it. Yeah, I passed it. There's that little offshoot spot I meant to go to. I think that's right here. Yes, this is it. And we hear the familiar chomping sounds of a Skulltula. Yeah, I was just playing like Skyward Sword, and holy crap, the world in that game is just huge. Like the Hyrule Field in this game would barely take up anything in some of the other worlds in that game. But then again, the dungeons in that game are pretty short. I think I want to go this way. Ha ha ha! You can play the Scarecrow song if you got it. Alright. Basically, this is the one and only time we're going to meet up with one of the most iconic enemies of the Zelda series, and that is MOBLINS. And unfortunately, MOBLINS, well, one, they're freaking huge. Two, they wear loincloth. And three, they do crap like that. Where they just keep knocking you into the water. No, stop getting up, Link! Stay in the water! Just kinda gotta nail them in the ass with a hook shot. Unfortunately, you can't Z-target them, and they're really annoying in this game. Awesome. The only time you can really attack them is from behind. Oops, come on. If you have a Scarecrow song, but I don't remember my Scarecrow song at this time, I think you can just bypass most of this. Kind of itch on my forehead. Yeah, look how ugly those things are. See, apparently he can't... He can see me, but apparently he can't attack around corners. Oh no, crap. Did I pass it? Where am I, camera? I think I still... Oh yeah, there's some bugs. What am I doing here? Okay, there's nothing in there. Ah! That looked really painful. There, it got you. Oh, actually, I think I have to go up top here. Alright, let's head up here. Oh, ha ha. Yeah, I've been saying you can get 2 heart pieces at the Skulltula place, but you actually can't. You can only get 1. And here you use the hook shot to get the Skulltulas. Like I said down here before, we can get ourselves a fairy fountain. Take that off because we don't need we won't need to be doing the trading item quest for quite some time, for a bit. There. Remember where this fairy fountain is. This comes in this is really, really handy, especially in the upcoming dungeon. It can become really handy because the dungeons are about to get really tough. The dungeons before, they were just practice to get you used to the idea of 3D. But the dungeons now, they don't kid around now that you're... Whoa! Now that you're an adult, they're a lot difficult. Now here, just zigzag left to right, and then just take them out in the ass. Awesome. Yeah, I might get lost quite a bit in this dungeon. The adult dungeons get a lot tougher. Remember, this was the area where we last saw Saria. It's where she spends her time as a kid. But it's so lonely here. So much quieter. Hey, I remember you. it is. So this is what we're going to get every time we come to a special temple, or when you see these platforms. Sheik here is going to play us a little song that will allow us to travel back here. This works both as an adult and as a child. So it basically allows us to teleport. And you'll also notice that this is the first time that the music changes from the standard 3-note repetitive pattern. So in the next episode, we'll go into this dungeon. Okay. Flashbang. Bye now.